Global communication was revolutionized by satellite technology. Satellites were a bridge to send and receive information with the rest of the world and caused major changes to television viewing and telephone communication. This PowerPoint will be discussing the evolution of mobile phones in the 1960s and 70s. Communication originally began with radios, walkie-talkies, letters, and Morse code. Now you can talk them in video from the other side of the world. How did this all happen? Before the start of 1960, the rotary dial phone had been the most popular phone on the market. Until in 1963, AT&T introduced touchtone, which allowed phones to use keypads to dial numbers and make phone calls, rather than people relying on pulse-based systems. The last standard rotary dial phone was introduced in 1965. As push-button phones gained popularity in the 60s and 70s, the rotary dial phone became less and less popular. The rotary phone was also the first fully automated mobile phone system for vehicles. It was launched in Sweden in 1965. STD was introduced in the mid-1960s, allowing people to directly dial long-distance areas. This replaced the previous system whereby the phone user would dial the operator, which would then place the call. Since 1969, long-distance phone calls have basically kept the same shape. Some calls going over wires and cables, others via microwave and satellite. As the technology got better, so did the price. The average phone price in 1960 was around $300 to $400 each. They might not seem like much today, but back then it was a week's wages. The technology powering these phones also got much better. Nowadays, phones are much more powerful, as you can now check the weather, time, internet, play games, and take photos and videos, all while using a phone. This is why they are much more expensive, with the cheapest coming in at around $500 each. So even though you could only call and text, they were extremely expensive for the amount of things that you could do on them. The cost for a long-distance phone call was also extremely expensive, with the cost per minute being around $3, which is close to $6 today. It doesn't sound like much in minutes, but a quick 5-minute phone call would be around $30, which is not cheap, compared to today's international rates being around 30 cents per minute. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.